Okay, so it's the 2018 production budget question. So the mine part A for the time being, I'm going to do that as a separate video. It's not production budget, it's product costing. So I just want to do part B. So I've already got a video of product costing up, which is a full job slash product costing question. This is where you have to do a shorter version. So these ones are even easier. And you could probably have a go at doing these even if you didn't have a notion what to do just by reading the questions carefully. So what you're given is the details of a job, which is this bit as far as here. So let me just undo that, sorry. So you've got this job that's going to take 50 hours for Department A, 120 for Department B, and 24 for Department C. You're given the monthly costs for fixed and variable overheads, and then you're asked to calculate a few different things. So the first thing you're asked to do is calculate the variable and fixed overhead absorption rate for each department in indirect labour hours. That's basically the cost per hour. So what I'm going to do is make a little table. So for each of these, I'm going to write Department A. We've got our variable cost and our fixed cost, and you don't have to do it this way. It's just easy for me here on screen. We're going to take our cost, so our overhead. So in this case, the variable overhead for Department A is 20,000 and the fixed is 22,000. Just make sure this recording is. All right, we're asked to do per labor hour. So the hours, they're 500 hours for Department A. So we've got 20,000 over 50 hours. So we just divide them in. Sorry, 20,000 over 500 hours. So you get 40 per hour, and then 22,000 hours divided by 500 would be 44. Should be 44 now. 44 euros per hour. So that's our Department A done, and you just repeat that for each of the departments. So for Department B, sorry, for Department B, did the same thing, overhead and labor hours. So the costs are 18 and 23 this time. And the hours are 1,000. Obviously makes it nice and easy. So if 18,000 divided by 1,000 and 18,000 divided by 1,000 and 23,000 divided by 1,000. That'll be, sorry, that'll be 18 euros per hour and 23 per hour. And then for Department C, same job, overhead and labor hours. The overhead for Department C, 21 and 42. And this time it's 1,400 hours. So take our 21,000 and divide it by the 14, and that should be, what's that, 15 an hour, something like that, yeah. And then 42 divided by 14 would be double that, so it'll be 30 per hour. Just check that, yeah. And that's how it's all calculated. So that's part A done, nothing too hard about that. Part B then, it says calculate the administration overhead absorption rate in direct labour hours. Now, administration is for the entire business. So if you take administration, say for the school, the administration staff would be in the office burn in Linda. They're not, they work for everybody. It wouldn't be for the sports department, or it wouldn't be for the teaching department or the maintenance department. They just work for everybody. So to work out what their overhead is per hour, you have to divide by the total number of hours in the business. So in this case, the administration overhead is 55,100, and we divide that by the total number of hours. So it's divided by 1,400 plus 1,000 plus 500. So the three of them added together. So that's 55,000 divided by 2,900. 55,100 divided by 2,900 should be 18 or 19. So 55,1 divided by 2,9. Yeah, 19 euros per hour. Okay, that's part 2 done. Part 3 brings us on to a cost, job costing. So we calculate the cost of this job here based on this information here. All right, so straightforward enough. We look at all the costs associated with this. So the following are the specifications for job quotation received from Tully Limited. Direct materials 70 kgs at 16 euros per kg. So my job cost, my first cost, right, is my materials at 70 at 16. Which is 1120. Then my direct labour hours are spent in each department, 50, 120 and 24. So the costs associated with labour hours are our fixed cost, our variable cost, our wage cost, and our general administration overhead. So that's the order I'm going to do them in. Our variable cost, fixed cost, wages, and then administration overhead. So go to our variable costs first. So our variable costs are cost per hour. We worked them out earlier on for department A to be 40 and 44, depending. For variable cost of 40, for fixed of 44. So the variable cost is the number of hours for department A is 50. So we're going to multiply 50 by 40. So 50 by 40 is 2,000. Okay, for department B, the variable cost per hour is 18 euros and the hours are 120. So we're using these hours here as the basis for our job. And then for department C, 15 euros per hour and it's 24. So that's 360. All right, so our total variable costs for the three of those together, 4520. Our fixed costs are, again, for department A, the hours don't change, right? So it's going to be 50 by some number. So it's going to be 50 by our answer from up here, 50 by 44. Which is 2200. Department B, 23 hours per hour, so still 120. And then for department C, uh, 24 by 30. Which is 720. Okay, so that's our variable cost and our fixed cost done. The next one is our wages, same process. So it's department day. It's still 50 hours. The wage rate is 15. That's given to us here. Department B. The wage rate's 26, so it's 120 by 26. And Department C, 24, and the wage rate's 34, so they get paid the highest. So we just add those three together. That gives us your wages, right? So that just leaves us with one pretty much everybody forgets to put in, which is the general administration overhead. Now we know that that is 19 euros per hour for the entire business. So it's 50 by 19, 120 by 19, and 24 by 19. So therefore you don't have to do them all separately. So it's just going to be 19 by the three added together. So it'll be 19 by 50 plus 120 plus 24. So it's 19 by 194. Which is 3686. That's all their costs now. All right, so there's no other cost mentioned. So what we do is add those costs together. That gives you the production cost. Now, just like in the job costing video, the production cost is not what you're selling the job for. It's what it costs you to make the job. And there has to be some level of profit. So that has to be a cost. So it tells you that calculate the selling price of profit is 25% of selling price. So if we go profit, and we say that that's 25% of the selling price, well, the selling price has to be 100%. That means that the production costs have to be 75%, because costs plus profit have to equal selling price. So 75% is 19,692. So we divide that by 75, multiplied by 25. That'll give you the profit, and then add the two together, and that'll give you the selling price. Okay, so that's that done. The role of management accountants within the organization, just in theory. So management accountants do all this sort of work. So they work at cost centers, they control costs, they do budgets, they make sure they gather up all the data, they help with the pricing of jobs, all the stuff we've been doing in the last while. That's what they do. Okay, so that's your second sort of job cost, and where you don't have to work out all the various costs, or you don't have to separate them in before you do them. But you follow the same process. So hopefully that's of some use to you. I have a video, or will have a video on part A, stock valuation, which is another very easy part in the next couple of days. All right, lads, we'll see you at some stage after the midterm.